our first presenter is none other than Winston. Winston is a believer of preventive healthcare, and health is an individual responsibility. No one can really help us, not even doctor. He's also a consultant for AACI, short for American Anti-Cancer Institute. Now we shall welcome Winston to our to Winston. I shall pass this time to you, Winston.
Hey. Hi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So depending on where you are listening in or zooming in, as I say. And yes, indeed, I think we have 100 over people with us right now. So just give me a few moments. Let me open up my this slide so that I can straight away, because we have about, probably my session is about an hour or so, but I will try to do it before that, and just listen in, and hopefully that maybe you can catch some of the health pointer that I'm going to share. Okay, so just give me a moment. Okay, so our topic is actually how to build a strong immune system to avoid sickness and pains. And in fact, what you are looking at this e-flyer, it has been my talk. In fact, it has been my flyer even before this COVID-19, because when it comes to health, everything boils back to our immune system. Okay, and I always say, get educated and not medicated. So as we have 100 over people with us, so I think before I start, I would like to get to know a little bit about everyone, okay? And I'm sure all of us, we have some concerns in life. So I don't know about yours, man, but allow me to share some of the concerns that I have in life, right? This is the three main area. I think I'm always concerned about health. That's why, as Lily introduced me, I am actually a believer of preventive healthcare, right? And healthcare costs, especially in a developing and developed country, even the healthcare cost is very costly. And of course, the third point is finance. And finance, I'm talking about now as well as in future. So, like I say, I'd like to know a little bit about all of you. So, if you concur with what I share, we will agree with the 3 points that I share about my concern. If it's also a concern to you, maybe you can tap in the chat, right? So if you agree, then you put a Y. If we disagree, we put a no, because we can agree and disagree. It doesn't matter, right? Okay, thank you for the response. I see many Ys. All right, and next question I want to pose is that when you talk about health, because on my part, I'm delivering the health part, which I think later on my colleagues, Shireen will talk about the business part on the finance perhaps. All right. So when it comes to health, the next area which I want to know about you is that how much are you willing to pay each day to keep your family in good health? I have 1, 2, 3 in the table, and I also have put down the different countries' currency. So just an approximate, okay? So whether you are willing to pay $3 each day to keep your family healthy, or maybe $5 each day to keep your family healthy, or even maybe some of you are willing to pay even more than $5 each day to keep your family healthy. And if you are able to, again, respond in the chat, if it's $3 or below, perhaps put a 1, $5 a 2, or more than $5, you put a 3. If his health is important to you and your family. Great. I see many of them are willing to pay even more than $5 Sing dollar, of course, or equivalent. I'm sorry also that those people who are from other countries, you do your own conversion, okay? All right, now let us start. Thank you for all the response in the chat. All right, the great book say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So tonight, what we're going to do is that we're going to share some of the truth, right, about healthcare. I think today the world is really facing the greatest health crisis, all right? Millions of dollars have been poured into sickness research. Why I put sickness research? Because, even you talk about healthcare or wellness, but the sickness, I think the sick people who are getting sick, the rate are increasing and increasing, all right? Those who are as young as me probably will know this person, Richard Nixon. He is actually the 37th president of America. In 1971, he signed a $1.6 billion budget declaring war against cancer. But seems that cancer is winning the war. Almost 50 years later today, Richard Nixon is gone. What happened to cancer today? Right? These are some of the charts that I gathered in my research. Right, this is the data from our World in Data. You look at the figures, right? This is worldwide data. One in every 3 deaths is due to cardiovascular diseases, and 1 in every 6 deaths is due to cancer, right? Same report in WHO, World Health Organization, same thing. You talk about 1 in 6 deaths is due to cancer. And if you look at the figure from 2018 to 2040, we can see that there will be a growing trend of people who are diagnosed with cancer. The death rate due to cancers are going to be increasing as well. Okay, and this is also what I gathered from this statement, right? It's interesting. This is what WHO are telling the government, and I think we also apply to ourselves and our family. Invest wisely to save lives. Okay, myself, I'm Winston Lake. I'm actually the consultant for the American Anti-Cancer Institute. I'm not a doctor, but I've done also, like I say, I have interest in healthcare, and I also do my own research and so on. So tonight, a lot of data I also I share here will be also things that I've gathered, all right? Okay, just some disclaimer. This presentation is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases. It is basically sharing and educating the importance of water, and more so, I think the miraculous power of Kangen water in quenching our body thirst and revitalizing our cell and body functions. Okay, we have a regional audience over here. So to help everyone to stay tuned in, we just want to establish a common understanding, all right? The currency, most of the time I'm applying to, referring to Singapore dollars. Some of the data are also based on Singapore context. But I think in terms of, like say, developing or developed countries, we would have the similar kind of data. Most data that are taken from my personal research, and if the testimonies I'm going to share are based on personal experiences, right? And of course, no unauthorized recording in any form. Another point I didn't write in is that the speaker or I will probably sometimes occasionally slip into Singlish and also maybe broken grammar. So I just want to ask you to bear with it. Okay, World Health Care Ranking. Singapore is ranked number 10 out of 149 countries. Looks very good, right? But when you refer back to the Ministry of Health data of Singapore, the major cause of death of Singaporean is basically 86.2% died due to sickness. The NCD stands for non-communicable diseases. I mean, common layman term will be sicknesses and illnesses. And you look at the figure, cancer is 28.8%, meaning is 1 in every 3 deaths is due to cancer, right? These are some of the schematic, right? Every day, of course, this is referring to Singapore. Singapore, our population is small compared to some of your countries, but it's still a significant number, right? Okay, this is another report that you can see that the people who every year who are diagnosed with cancer is increasing, right? Sickness, we talk about chronic sickness. Chronic sickness today no longer an old age problem, but it affecting people of all ages, young and old. You can't escape, right? 1 in 5 colon cancer cases are young adult. Okay, this is in 2014. Of course, today you still have a lot of these reports and news. 3 in 10 Singaporeans have diabetics before 40. Doctors, okay, these are talking about the pre-diabetics and diabetics condition of women in the childbearing age, the late 20s or early 30s. 60% rise in kids being treated for kidney diseases. All right, like I said, the news go on and on. So what happened? Okay, the root cause or root causes of sickness, there are actually from research, actually you come out to be 3 points. One is oxidative stress, or commonly people call it free radicals. Second point is acidosis, or over acidity in our body, right? The toxin in our body are acidic waves, right? And also chronic dehydration, right? Chronic dehydration, the word is actually coined by Dr. Batman, okay? He wrote a few books about the importance of water. And out of these 3, there is one common denominator, which is water. Okay? And that's what tonight we're going to share. What is the different type of water available to us, right? And we must have that knowledge to know what is good, what is no good for us and our family. Okay, what drought can do to the land? You can see those picture on the left. They are so beautiful because they are well-watered land, right? Where else, when the land is dry up, it only spells death, right? But of course, a chronic dehydration can also destroy a person in their physical health, all right? If you long-term, you don't take care of it, it may lead to sicknesses and, of course, premature death. This is not what I say, but like I say, I've done my research. There are so many doctors written books and books about water, the importance of water, and how water itself, just like this is a book written by Dr. Batman. Water cures, drugs kill, right? Killing cancer, not people, is also talking about water and some supplements. You are not sick, but you are thirsty. So there are many, many books authored by doctors. Okay, renowned doctors are talking about the importance of water. Even this is a current book that I'm reading. Healing is voltage, and our body loves negative charge, right? In fact, you can see that this book, every cell in our body is designed to run at minus 20 to minus 25 millivolts. And to heal, we must make new cells. And to make new cells, we require a negative 50 millivolts. Chronic disease occurs when voltage drop below minus 20, or you cannot achieve a minus 50 millivolts to make new cell. Thus, chronic disease is always defined by having low voltage in our body. Okay, so I think we all agree we are what we eat, but many people neglected on this water. We are more so, we are what we drink. Why? Because you and I, 70% or more is water. Okay, you can see the brain 80%. These are all approximation. Cell 90%, lung 90%, blood 90%, muscle 80%, skin 80%. Even people talk about dry bones. They are 20% of water. The roles of water in preserving health, I think there are many. They're not limiting to this. Of course, regulating our body temperature, lubricate our joint, It helps our kidney, liver to detox ourselves. Of course, water is the best solvent. It dissolves mineral and nutrients, right? And also with the blood, which is 90% water, it circulates to our body, okay? And of course, prevention of constipations and moisturizes our sensitive organs and so on. Water is the most important substance in the world, but not all waters are created equal. Why? So what is good water? Let us hear from the expert, all right? Dr. Shinya is, of course, a professor of surgery at Albert Einstein College, also a chief endoscopy at Perth Israel Medical Center. He is a gastroenterologist and performed more than 300,000 colonoscopies. Of course, his patients, his customers includes all the VIPs. He is also the inventor of the electrosurgical polypotomy snare used in colonoscope. And of course, he is also the first surgeon who did the colonoscopy procedure and a pioneer as well. He has written 4 books. This is his first book, The Enzyme Factor. Of course, he talk about diets, right? And you look at, these are an abstract from the book in page 7. The enzyme factor diets and lifestyle introduced in this book is able to report clinical result of a 0% cancer recurrence rate, all right? Clinical result, right? And of course, his diet includes water. And what kind of water he's referring to? At the concluding chapter, the healing food, this is again the statement extract from the page 159. Kangen water is alkaline-rich water, pH 8 to 9, and is considered the very best drinking water because of its incomparable power of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. Remember these 3 properties: hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. These 3 properties must present before it can consider is a good, healthy drinking water, right? But of course, he spelled out the brand itself, Kangen, and that's what we're going to explore tonight. This is another of his book. He talked about, he has a machine in his clinic. By the way, today he's already 80 plus, he's already retired. But in his 40 years of medical practice, he has been advocating, the natural way of taking care of our health, right? So he mentioned about Kangen. So Kangen is actually the brand or the trademark. The company itself is ENAGIC, all right, established in 1974. Already 46 years in Japan, head office in Okinawa. Kangen in Japan, Japanese meaning is return to origin, all right? And Kangen is a restructured water, alkalized water. Medical terminology is actually electrolyzed reduced water, or in short, ERW. Okay, you're going to bear this, the important, because this is electrically induced alkalized water or alkalized water. Because many consumers in the market are confused because they thought all alkaline water is the same, or even all alkaline machines in the market is the same, but it's not. They are produced, this so-called alkaline, many of them are produced by artificially introducing chemical or minerals into the water. Some even make alkaline water by adding baking soda, right? But in all this, because all these are unnatural chemical change in the water in order to raise the pH. In the long run, these are no good for our health. Okay, the history of ENAGIC, I will go through quickly, is in the early days, actually, they started by producing big system to the hospitals in Japan, right? Only in 1994 that they built the domestic size machine, okay? Of course, the first country that they market out of Japan is in US in 2003, right? And they are still expanding. Okay, these are their presence. Okay, these are some of the hospitals that uses their system. Okay, there are many certifications and awards for this company as well as the machine and the water, right? Just to emphasize a few of the certificate. Okay, this is actually the machines that made by the company is actually certified as a medical device by the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare in Japan, right? What do you mean by medical device? Medical device means that the the product is the performance of the machine is assured, right? Reliable. Okay, so and it's actually built to last 15 to 20 years, right? And the factory itself is actually awarded the ISO 13485. This is a very high standard of manufacturing facilities, because without these certifications, you can't produce medical devices, right? When you're in a hospital, a lot of equipment, they need this to be certified as ISO 13485, right? These are the factories that the Osaka factory. One thing to note that we are ENAGIC is actually the original equipment manufacturer, OEM, and it's 100% Japan made. Every part of the Kanyan machine is in-house built. Every machine is QC inspected before leaving the factory. And of course, what it means to the user is durability, reliability, assurance of usage, and of course, you have that peace of mind because you can trust the product. Okay, just as this built to last. Why built to last? This is an old machine, old models that the company built. That was 25 years back, and they're still producing good water. Okay. Okay, this is also another seal of approval. We call it the JAPA. This Japanese Association of Preventive Medicines for Adult Diseases. It consists of more than 6,000 doctors, medical doctors, and professionals. This association was established in the 1980s because of the aging population of Japan. And they talk about preventive healthcare. And they do recognize or recommend the health-related products, even supplements, equipments, and so on to the public, to the citizen. And each category, they will only recommend one brand. And for this water ionizer category, out of about 18 other Japanese brands like manufacturer or even non-OEMs, ENAGIC is Kangen is the only ionizer that is being endorsed by the association. Okay, another great endorsement is because 2003 they started in the US, and they are the only company right now, up to today, only company that is awarded the Gold Seal Award as a water ionizer because of the quality of water that it produces on the machine. Okay, so this is how the machine look like. I'll not go into detail on this. And this is how the machine works actually. A very fast one. When your tap water comes in, you go to the filter, which remove all your chlorines and all your heavy metals and so on. Then flow into your ionization chamber. Ionization chambers, after going through the ionization process, you will split into alkaline water and acidic water. Okay, so up to this state, you just understand from here because I'll not go into the detail. Okay, so just now we talk about the root causes of sickness, right? Oxidative stress, which is due to free radicals, acidosis because of the over acidities in our body, and chronic dehydrations. And remember just now the 3 points, the 3 properties that Dr. Shinya said: antioxidation, alkalinity, or same as detoxification, and hydration, right? So these are actually the 3 properties that are able to counter the root cause of sickness. Okay, we will explore one property at a time. Antioxidation. Oxidation of free radicals is just as iron corrode or rust when exposed. Apple turn brown. Likewise, free radicals or oxidative stress will cause a man to have a premature death because it will sickness, diseases, and it will lead to premature death, right? Free radicals are something that beyond our control, we cannot prevent, right? Because we are exposed to it in the external sources, or even our metabolism, our emotional stress will cause free radicals, right? Okay, and oxidative stress really, create havoc to us head to toe. right? And these are not limiting to all this, but whether you have dementia, you have brain tumor, depression, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, skin like eczema, psoriasis, multi-organs failure, joint like arthritis, immune system failure, blood hypertensions, right? Lung, bronchitis, cancers, asthma, or even cataract degenerations of the retina and so on, right? Okay. And hear from the doctor, Dr. Richard Cutler, talk about what is antioxidants, right? Why is it important? Of course, this is his research work. So you look at that, all these are based on research and science. The amount of antioxidants in the body is directly proportional to how long you will live. I will also add in how long you and I will live and will stay healthy. Okay, so we go into ORP test. What is ORP test? ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential, right? It's basically testing the amount of antioxidants in the water so that the antioxidants is able to counter or neutralize free radicals. Okay. Okay. Of course, some of the common things, food or drinks that we take every day, like sodas, tap water, even bottled waters, and some of those unhealthy meals and so on, those normally contributing to oxidative issues. All right. Where else? Why we need to take vitamin C, green tea, cod liver oil, vegetables. And of course, here we have our Kangen water that is contributing these antioxidants, right? Let us hear from the test, ORP test. This is an ORP meter. ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential. It is used to measure the oxidation or antioxidations in the water in millivolts. A positive reading means that the water is oxidized, whereas a negative reading means that the water has these antioxidizing properties. All right, let us start with the tap water. So you can see the tap water, it gives you a reading of positive 310 millivolts, right? You see? Now we check on the Evian. Evian, it gives you a 320, dropping slightly, about 300 millivolts positive. How about distilled water? Distilled water also about 300, okay, it's dropping to 270 millivolts. And how about our soda? Right, soda, you can see that it goes to positive 450 millivolts. How about our Kangen? Let us test the Kangen. Right, you can see that the reading straight away shoot to negative and negative 700 over millivolts. So from here, you can see that out of the 5 cup of water that we have tested, the 4 on my right is oxidizing. Only the Kangen is proven to be anti-oxidizing. Okay, just continue from there. This is a new test that I've done. I put the nails into the bottles and fill to the rim and of course airtight it. And this picture, day 1, actually this photo was taken about 15-20 minutes after I set up this. And you look at this tap water, it turned a little bit yellowish, meaning that rust or corrosion start almost immediate. This is day 2. You can see the rust in these nails, and this side is still beautiful nails. Day 3 and day 4. You look at how bad this water becomes, right? And this is our Kangen water, right? Because why it become rusty? Because of the free radicals, the oxidative stress, right? Oxidation took place, right? And imagine every day if we are taking this tap water day in, day out, years after years, what will happen to our body? Okay, that is the first property, right? Second one is alkalinity. This is a book title, Alkalines or Die. It's a very strong title. I think the author meant it to be that way as a warning to the reader. The author, of course, is Dr. Teodoro Boruri. The whole summaries of this book is talk about, acidosis is the root cause of all diseases. Acidosis is a condition when our body is over acidic. Like earlier I mentioned, acidity means actually toxic. Toxic is acidic waste. Okay, and he also mentioned in page 95, I have administered over 10,000 gallons of this water, electronically restructured water. You see, every doctor, they don't talk about alkaline water. They talk about restructured water or electrolyzed water. That is the difference. For about every health situation imaginable, I feel that restructured alkaline water can benefit everyone. That's written in this book. Next, this will be good for ladies. Of course, today men are also obese. So removing acidic waste is more effective than diets or exercise. These are removing some of the fats that's due to accumulated fats that due to acidic waste. You can actually by drinking good water, you can actually slim down. There are a lot of testimony over this as well. And because of the cells are all enriched with all the nutrients and oxygens, and in a way, it will also retain our youth. That's why the title of this book, Reversing Aging, it's not really, you get younger and so on, but in a way, you don't have premature aging. Okay, Dr. Otto Warburg is a Nobel Prize winner in philosophy and medicine. And in the 1930s, he already discovered through his work, the metabolism of tumor. In fact, what he talked about is that cancerous cells grow best in two conditions in the environment. That means our body environment, acidosis environment, and hypoxia, which is a lack of oxygen. So cancerous tissue are acidic and healthy tissues are alkaline. Okay, so this is a pH understanding. pH is actually the potential of hydrogen or the concentration of hydrogen's ion in the water, right? So the pH test of water, pH is 0 to 14 is standard due to the molecular calculations. 7 is being the neutral. Anything above 7 is alkaline, which is spelling health. And anything that is below is spelling sickness. Our blood is supposed to be 7.35 to 7.45. Our body will somehow regulate to that. All right. So let us see the test. Okay, now we want to do the pH test. The bottle that I'm holding, this is a pH drop. It tests the water whether it's acidic or alkaline. Let us put a few drops in each of the water. Okay, here you can see that the soda itself is very acidic. Normally the pH is about 2.5 to 2.3, whereas for the distilled water is about 3 to 3.5. For the Evian, okay, is slightly alkaline. Same for tap water, it's also slightly alkaline. Whereas we have here our Kangen water, right, is alkaline. Here you can see that the tap water and the Evians are alkaline water. So if the tap water is alkaline water, then why should we go and buy alkaline water from the supermarket? In fact, there are many ways to make or to produce alkaline water. Okay, we can simply add in some minerals like calcium. Or in our case on the tap water, we know that chlorines are added into the water to kill germs and bacteria. But chlorine itself is actually acidic. So the water department has to add on the industrial lime, okay, to make it slightly alkaline so that our pipes will not be rusting. We know that unlike the Kangen, which is they are alkaline yet they are antioxidants, whereas for the Evian and the tap water, even though they are alkaline, they are oxidized. All right. So what happens if let's say we pour some of the Kangen water into the various other water, in this case tap water? Okay, you can see that it changes color to alkaline, right? To more alkaline.
Okay, same for the Evian. How about this distilled water? You can see it changes to alkaline. Now we come to soda. What happens if we add into soda? Right? You can see that it is stubborn to change. Right? In order to neutralize 1 cup of soda, you need 32 cups of Kangen water. What happens? Let's say we pour half of it away, and we add some more Kangen water. See what happens. Right? Again, it refuses to change. Okay? Because it's very acidic. What happens if we pour this diluted acidic water or soda water into the rest of the water? You can see that it turns acidic, right? Same for tap water. What happens if Kangen water? Same, it turns acidic. So from this simple test, these cups can represent our body. So the cup of water that we consume every day will determine actually the condition of our environment in our body.
Okay, that is the alkalinity. That's property microclustering. It is not what we drink, but what our body absorbs that matters. Okay, because regular water, due to the surface tension of the water molecules, they normally cluster together. And in the regular water, like tap water or other mineral water, the cluster is about 15, 20 clusters of molecules of water. Whereas Kangen water going through the ionization process, that's why we call it restructured water, the molecules or the cluster becomes smaller, about a third smaller. Why is important to us in our body, to our health? Okay, according to another Nobel Prize winner, Dr. Peter Agge, he talks about our every cells in our body. By the way, our body has about 40 to 60 trillion cells, not including bacteria and viruses. And every cells, they have a cell membrane. And in the cell membrane, they have this water channel, or they call it aquaporin, right? Just another picture to show you. This is a cell membrane, and this is actually the cell membrane, and this is the water channel, aquaporin. So aquaporin, actually, there are some positive ions within the cell membrane. And because positive, if they are because acidity means positive ions, then when positive, they will repel, right? And they will only attract the negative ion, which is alkaline base, right? Then it will attract. That's why if our bloods and so on are more alkaline, they are able to be absorbed or penetrate into our cell, of course, bringing the nutrients and oxygen molecules. And through the cell, when the cell receives these nutrients and oxygens, it produces energy. And that's why your cells are able to maintain their healthy state, healthy condition. When all the cells in our bodies are in the healthy condition, that is where our immune system is strengthened. And when our immune system is strengthened, we are able to fight back any external attack and so on. Okay, this is an enlarged view. Okay, next will be the T-bag test.
Now let us do the microclustering test using the green tea bag. Normally we need hot water to make a good cup of tea. But right now let us do using room temperature water. Okay, so this is a green tea bag. Let me open this up. Okay, and okay, we will start off with using tap water and see how it goes, right? So we fill it up with tap water. You can see that not much of a green tea essence is being drawn out, okay? Okay, right now we test with Kangen water. So you can see the difference. The Kangen water is able to draw out the green tea essence, right? Just in case somebody will say, okay, earlier on the tea bag was dry. So let us repeat this process. Again, we go back to the tap water. Okay. And again, the Kangen water. So you can see the difference, right? That the cup that using the Kangen water, they is able to draw out the green tea essence, right, out of the tea bag. Okay, let us do another test. I'll just squeeze some of this green tea essence into this cup, right? And we try to divide equally. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is tap water. Tap water, we see if we add in more tap water and see how the result. Okay, you can see that actually it gets more diluted as according to our logic, right? But what happened if we use Kangen water to add onto the little green tea essence that we have? You can see that the cup of green tea actually get richer, right? So from here, in this simple microclustering test, you can see that because of the microclustering, our body cells are able to absorb nutrients and oxygen easily. Okay, and imagine that if you are taking your supplement together with Kangen water, which is microclustering, more effective absorptions of the nutrients. As I said earlier, it is not what we drink, but actually what our body absorbs that matters. Okay, so those are the three properties that we have tested and proven that yes, all can be found in our Kangen water, right? Okay, this is actually a test. These are all the blood cell movement for a person who, after 7-8 hours of sleeping, your body is all dehydrated, right? So this one is when they do nothing. This one, when you wake up 10 minutes, you drink coffee. This one, you drink mineral water. And of course, this one, Kangen water. You look at how the blood cells movement. So here you can see a simple test like that. You can see that this is the type of blood cell we want. Is a lot of very active, so that it provides a very good and effective and efficient blood circulation, bringing the nutrients and oxygen to the various part of our body. Right? Okay, this is Mr. Robert Wright. He's the director for the American Anti-Cancer Institute. He written a book, Killing Cancer, Not People. Okay, this one is already the 3rd edition, and he talked about that in our water quest, we have actually reviewed through many companies that are producer of water ionizer, and end up we warn the reader, don't get stuck with a machine that promise a lot of things, maybe selling cheap, but a lot of promises, but don't show result. Okay, and he also talked about if we were the one looking for electrolysis unit, right, ionizer, you would choose a SC501 made by ENAGIC company. Because we are a non-profit organization, so he said that we have no financial interest in ENAGIC, nor receive any remuneration. Okay.
70% of our body weight is water, so that the replenishing a good non-oxidized water is the most important thing. Right? So that what kind of water is good then? That's the one, the alkalinized water and ionized water. Our body pH should be the 7.42. That's have to be constant, have to be alkaline. Our body is alkaline. So water is one of secret. So 70% we drink proper water, healthy water. Now, that's one antioxidant means that they regenerate. That's a Kangen, doing a Kangen to rejuvenating our body.
Okay, again, this machine. We have just covered all those drinking pH, 8.5 to 9. There are other types of water, clean water, beauty water, strong acid, and strong Kangen. All right. Of course, clean waters are for making baby formulas or medication. This one basically you go through the filter but not going through the ionizer, right? Because baby, when they are born, they are in the alkaline state. Okay, beauty water is basically for our external use as a beauty toner, right? This will be good for, today ladies are spending a lot of money on beauty toners, so you can produce from the machine. Okay, we want to come into this 11.5 pH strong Kangen. It is a degreaser, right? And it's important for our daily usage because we know that our veggie, our fruits that we eat every day, they are full of pesticide. And pesticides are oil-based, right? It can't, so that it won't be washed away when it rains, okay? And pesticide, you look at this convention, 9 out of 12 most dangerous chemicals are found in pesticide, okay? So we do a degreaser test.
Now we're going to do a simple test to verify that the strong Kangen pH 11.5 is a powerful degreaser. Let us start with tap water, right, to the rice. Okay. Now to the tomatoes. These are sesame oil. What happens when we pour water into the sesame oil, tap water into the sesame oil? Of course, we know that because water and oil don't mix, the oil having a lighter density, it floats on the surface. Next, we're going to do the same for this strong Kangen water. Okay. Into the rice. Now, onto the tomatoes. And now watch, right? Earlier in the tap water, we know that oil and water don't mix. What happens if we pour this strong Kangen into this sesame oil? Just watch. You can see what happened. Wow, the strong Kangen water actually emulsified the sesame oil, meaning it breaks down the oil molecules, right? So that it can be washed away. Now you take a look at this rice here, right? Comparing. Okay, and the tomato. Here, if you catch closely, the rice that is soaked in the strong Kangen is slightly yellowish. Why? Because rice, when it's stored in a warehouse for a period of time, it needs to be fumigated, and we know that those chemicals are poisonous. So what happens when it comes to these tomatoes, right? Let us pour up this water. Let's see what happens. Okay, let us move this away. And Kangen. Do you notice the difference? Okay, you can see that this looks quite clear, right? The tap water. But what happened when you soak them in strong Kangen water? Because the tomatoes, our fruits, vegetables, they are all full of pesticide. And pesticides are oil-based, so that when it rains, it don't wash them away. And if rain cannot wash away the oil-based pesticide, how can tap water wash away the pesticide when in our kitchens? Okay, so you can see this is not green tea. This is pesticide. All right, poisonous. Let us do another test. Okay, we're using this same lots of tomato, and again we soak them with Kangen water. Right? Give it a little shake. Okay, I just take another container. Right. And we see what happens.
Hello. Yes, sir.
You can see the yellowish solution come up, right? Compared to the first time when you rinse with tap water, This is rinsing
Our guest,
again with strong kangen. So, that is a powerful
This is
test on this strong kangen,
that is a London guest.
11.5 pH.
Chinmaya's London guest.
This is another test between organics and non-organics.
Today we are going to test the difference when you have the organic tomatoes as well as the normal kind of tomatoes that we bought from supermarket. This is the organic tomato. This is the normal tomatoes, non-organic type.
Can't we ask them?
Now we soak them with kangen 11.5. High alkaline is supposed to be a degreaser. Let us see the difference. Let's soak a while. Okay, so this is the organic tomatoes.
Hello.
This is the normal tomatoes.
No, I don't know.
So you can see from here, the organic, you can see that the strong alkaline that wash up is more clear. And this one, you can see the normal kind of tomatoes, a little bit yellowish. This shows that those oil-based pesticide has been removed from the tomatoes.
Okay, and we have the 2.5 as well. These are disinfectants, especially at this period. People are hunting high and low for those mouse, the sanitizer. All right.
Scientists proved of the acidic water by the use of the color laser microscope. This is a view of the active germ cells. But once strong acid water was introduced to the sample, all the germs were suddenly destroyed. Look at the drastic difference between the after and before shot. In Japan, many hospitals use ionized water, aka kangen water, for curing complicated diseases. This patient had a bad case of diabetes and had to have his leg amputated from the knees. However, the doctor experimented with acidic water in which he bathed the leg first. And concurrently, the patient drank 1.5 gallons of alkaline water a day. The result, surprising. He only needed to cut the tip of his toe, and other than that, full recovery.
Okay, now we go to testimony. You look at the how powerful are all this kangen water. This is actually a person with diabetics. This you can see the medical report, the before and after kangen. The kangen was bought in January 2012. By the way, this is actually my father-in-law. This is a blood sugar reading. Of course, the ideal is 4.5 to 6.4, right? Before the kangen is 7.2. This is also before kangen, right? 7.3. And this is after 2 months on kangen. You can see that the readings, the blood sugar reading came down. This is after 4 months, 6.5. After 7 months, actually you go back to ideal level. And what happened 4 years, 5 months later is still maintained at the ideal rate. Okay, same thing after 6 years. Is still maintained at a good blood sugar level. Okay, amazing, right?
Danny Wong 食咗 Canyon Water 之後冇1個禮拜今日佢行得咗啦，冇 improvement 我俾我個 apply Danny 呢個把 Danny here this video for you 你翻入屋企啦到啦 thank you
Okay, these are some of the eczema testimony, right? Okay, of course, this is our committee member Janet, and the hand belongs to Henry. Okay, these are some of the psoriasis issues. She has been suffering for 15, 16 years of this psoriasis. but whatever method you try, it couldn't recover until it start to drink Kangen water. Just 3 months, right? And this is her elbow. Okay, these are some of the other skin issue. These are young boy in Hong Kong. They have some kidney issue. That's why they have all these skin problem. Okay, these are again some other testimony. People who are constipations, people who have great pain in the hand. And after, yesterday I drank 2 liters, today I go good. Just one day, all right? Because they have a broken elbow, the elbow is fixed with metal. So pain is every day, right? These are again some of the lymph nodes cancer, how they recover, through the drinking of Kangen. This is a young lady who was having this spinal pain and scheduled for spinal surgery, all right? And every day is on 2 kinds of painkiller. After 3 months, okay, on the Kangen water, up to today, there's no spinal operation and they took away the painkiller. You see, totally wipe out painkiller after 3 months, right? This is a stage 4 colon cancer. This is, she has been taking Kangen water. In a way, it sustained her. Her medical bills, they are talking about 2 machines, 2 K8 per month. Okay, this is another testimony that you won't lie. Can you see how my dog behave? He smelled the tap water, but he refused. He will move on to Kangen water. Of course, my dog is already 15 years old, but you look at the coat, it's still beautiful because she has been on Kangen for many years. Is it a coincidence? So we switch the water around. And 2 hours later, same. You will go smell at the tap water and go move on to Kangen water. Animal don't lie. They know what is good for them. Okay. So this is the machine. I will not go into the detail of the type of waters that you produce at each state. These are just to show you the size and the installations. Okay, so why ENAGIC ionizer? I think why not other brand? Because ENAGIC is the only ionizer that produces 2.5 and 11.5, which is a strong acidic and strong Kangen. The warranty is 5 years. Machine can last 15, 20 years, okay, well tested. And they uses solid plate, titanium plates, solid grade titanium plate, all right? You compare to Kangen's titanium plate or ionizer size, comparing to the other brands. And other brands, instead of using solid plate, they use wire mesh because titanium is an expensive metals, right? Okay, and that's why machine can last 20, 25 years and still working well. These are some of the old models. Okay, and again, we have the various models. And, sometimes our life is also our priorities. What we want to put our money first. Okay, so comparing the price, this is a latest model K8. You work out each day, including the consumable. Right, for 15 years, each day only costs us $2. Early on, I think I did a survey. Many people put in the chat that they are willing to spend even $3 and above per day for the family health. Okay, so some say that the machine is expensive, but is the life of our family member worth it? I think this is a critical question we need to ask. So health is a choice. Healthcare is a cost. Spend some money now for your health, or we have to pay much more later for your sickness, right? These are the costs for cancer treatment in Singapore. Okay, this is a final video.
This is very important. You just change your diet very little bit. Enjoy your health, enjoy your longevity too. I think number one most important thing is water. To drink water, alkalize and ionize water. which is Kangen water.
I'm very excited that Kangen water is here to help both children and adults alike in my practice, and my patients are loving it.
I've had the great fortune in my life to have graduated from one of the finest medical schools in the world, Harvard. I was trained in the Harvard residency program. I've spent my entire professional career affiliated with that institution. One of the best things, next to being affiliated with this great institution, has been my discovery of Kangen water.
For those of you who are trying to optimize your health and trying to do everything you can to have good health, to maintain your health, preserve your health, my plea is just try the water.
In Japan, they have a saying, Mizuo kaereba, jinsei kawaru. Translated, change your water, change your life. Do yourself and your family a favor.
Okay, that's the slogan of ENAGIC, change your water, change your life. So after these sessions, I hope you have picked up some pointers of how to, get ourselves healthy or the preventive health. But I think the choice is still you, right? Whether we want to invest a little money now for our health now, or if not, we may have to pay much more for our sickness later. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. And thank you for your attention. And Lily, back to you. Sorry, I overtake a little bit of time.
Well, thank you very much, Vincent, for such an informative and also very impressive presentation. Yeah, we give him a Zoom wave for the effort that he put in. Now, so right now, the very next, very happy to introduce to you the next presenter, Shirlene. I think many of you have known her because she was very popular in our group meeting. Yeah, Shirlene is a very talented and also very creative businesswoman. Yeah, all the weekly flyers, most of them is being designed by her. And she runs a Japanese restaurant before and also many events. So now she also speaks a lot of many languages. She's a linguist. Today we shall welcome Shirlene, and we give her a Zoom wave to welcome her. Shirlene, pass the time to you.
Thank you, Lily. Can everyone hear me? Lily, can you hear me?
Can.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Winston. Your dog's so cute. My God, I'm going to try it with my brother's dog and take a video. That
Mine
was
is
so
15
amazing.
years old already. Yeah.
I've heard so much about people trying on dog, but yeah, I think the video is really, really brilliant. It's so well done. Thank you so much. It's really eye-opening. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Shirlene. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, I'm going to present a very important part. Of course, what Vincent did was extremely important too. But my segment is talking about money. So it's very important that everyone can hear me loud and clear, okay? So if I'm too loud or too soft for you, kindly adjust the volume on your end. So I'm going to jump into my screen share. And let's talk about business. Okay, so I'm going to share with you why ENAGIC Business is the best direct marketing for you, because you can learn here how you can create your own financial independence through the water industry. So this is a famous man. I need not do any introduction. He said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. I don't have to explain this further, as well. It's very clearly stated there, and reality bites. The picture you see here is our founder, Mr. Oshiro, alongside his family. His mission for the company and us is to share the message of true health with compassion, because he strongly believes that we need both financial health and physical health to be truly healthy. I mean, think about it. If you're very rich but very sick, what is the point, right? If you're so healthy but you can't put food on the table, I think that is extremely stressful. So to have both, then you will have a healthy state of mind, which is what we mean by true health. And he wants us to share this message with compassion globally. This is the certificate of our patented 8-point system. It is a system ENAGIC used to pay distributors with every successful transaction, and it took him 10 years to get it patented. Our commission payout system is very different from conventional MLM business model. You will understand the difference after my presentation, I hope. ENAGIC is my first network marketing company, and it will be my last. But many of my friends have joined conventional MLM company, and when they try to explain the payout plan to me, I'm very confused because there are things like left leg, right leg, CD, QD. I am a traditional businesswoman. So when I saw the ENAGIC comp plan, short for commission plan, it makes total sense to me, and I saw the massive income potential. So I'm going to explain to you here. To me, ENAGIC business is the perfect home business. Why? Because first and foremost, there's no risk. You saw the demo, you think this is a wonderful product for your entire family's optimal health. You decide to buy. When a person buys the machine, they have a choice to be a user or distributor. It makes no difference to the price of the machine they have to pay. So with the machine, you get good health. Even if you decide to not do the business, there's no loss at all. In fact, it's a complete win for the entire family. There's no sign-up fee. Although as a distributor, you need to pay $10.70 to get a starter kit, but that is not a sign-up fee because you do get something in return to help you kick off your business. There's no annual renewal fee. You do not need to pay like most companies, annually 50 USD or whatever in order to continue the business. There's no stocks to keep, no inventory. You don't have to buy 10 machines, put in your storeroom, and then wait for somebody to come and buy for you. Okay? Anybody wants to buy before COVID lockdown, we can just go into the office and then pay cash and carry, or they can do via online. During the lockdown, transactions are still being made. Payment can be made online. Delivery is still done. So it's very, very flexible. It's easily done. There's no monthly sales requirement. That means, for example, after doing this business for, let's say, 6 months, you decide to take a break. The whole team wants to take a break, go for your holiday. When you come back, your business continues. Okay, there's no target you need to meet. Because I understand from some conventional MLM, if you do well in January, fantastic. February, congratulations. But if March, if you do not do well, they call it flushing of points or something like that. I do not know. But it seems like you need to meet certain quota. So what people do due to stress is they stock up, they buy to just meet the requirement, and then they sell out at the lower price. I think that is really bad and unethical as well. There's no time limit. This is a one-time investment, which is the price of the machine you decide to purchase for the good of the family. And then it's a lifetime business because this is a willable business. You can do this business until you're, I don't know, up to you. If you want to retire age 65, you retire. You can transfer the account to your children and they can continue enjoying the benefits of the foundation that you have built and do the business from where you left off. So this is a true, genuine, valuable business. This I will explain later in my slides, okay? Accumulative sales. International sponsoring. You can sell ENAGIC Kangen machine to anywhere in the world as long as got water, electricity. Okay, you can sell to anywhere. It's a product easily understood. I mean, come on, who doesn't know water, right? We have to drink water every day, no matter what, until we die. So it's very easy to understand. And with the demo earlier, we know much more that the importance of the water. It's a necessity because, like I said, you need to drink water, right? And then it's guilt-free because, I've sold so many machines. I think a lot of distributors here in this room have sold many machines and nobody cuts them. They just receive, like what Winston showed you, nice messages from friends thanking them for introducing the water system because their mother is better, their brother is better, their uncle is better, or whatever it is. But definitely guilt-free, okay? Because health-wise will definitely improve tremendously with the right fuel within our body. So it has a very massive income potential. And I'm going to show you why it's the most sustainable network marketing business. Now, we have different commission payout, okay, and bonuses and incentive. I'm not going to go through all of them. It's going to be too long, and it might be confusing for people hearing it for the first time. So I'm just going to explain the first 3 points, and you already can see the huge income potential. Okay, I will go as slowly as I can. Try to follow as closely as you can, okay? From here on, I will explain ENAGIC 8 points commission structure. When I say direct sales mean, I sell to Winston. He is my direct sale, okay? Indirect sale means Winston sell to his neighbor. His neighbor is Winston direct sale. It is my indirect sale because it happens under my organization. So direct and indirect sales add together, it gives you group sales, okay? We have different machine types, so naturally the machine price is different. And then the commission tagged to each machine is also different. Okay, so on the screen you can see I give 2 examples: SD501 and K8. These are all in Singapore dollars. So if for a SD501, when you sell it to a client, 1 point value of SD501 in commission is 332 Singapore dollars. When you sell a K8 to somebody, 1 point value of a K8 in commission is Singapore dollars 430. I will further elaborate on that. When you do your first 2 direct sales, okay, this I'm using the example as K8, right? Because $430. So when you sell the first K8 and you sell the second K8, both these 2 K8 machines, the commission you get is $430 each. At this point of time, you are what we call a 1A distributor. This is the name of your rank. This is the foundation everyone has to do. So you notice 1A, you get 1 point. That means 2A, you get 2 points. 3A, you get 3 points, right? The more points means more money. So how to be a 2A? You get promoted to be a 2A with your third sale, okay, which is your third direct sale. So for the sale of a K8, you will be paid 860 Singapore dollars. At this point, you are a 2A distributor. So now, so exciting, right? Very kanjong how to be a 3A. 3A, you need a group sale of 10, which means direct plus indirect, total 10, your next direct sale, you become a 3A distributor. And look at the commission, $1,290 for the sale of a K8. So how to be a 4A? Because more money, right? So group sales hit 20, you get promoted to be a 4A distributor, and that is how much you will get per K8 sale. When I say 20, I'm not talking about 10 plus another 20. It's 10 plus another 10. And this group sale number, right, will not decrease. Never. Okay, there's no punishment, no threat that, oh, if you don't meet certain quota, I'm going to reduce. No such thing. Let's say your group sale hits 25, your entire team decides to take a vacation and nobody wants to sell anything. I don't know why. Maybe they're allergic to money. So 6 months later, when someone sells a machine, that will be machine number 26. Okay, so there's no reversal. It will just increase. So this is what we call accumulative sales. When group sale hit 50, your next direct sale will bring you to be a 5A distributor. That is how much you will get for a K8. Look at the figure, 2150. You know, a lot of people, that is their monthly pay. Here we are talking about selling 1 K8 machine. I think a regular clerk in the office, less than 1,500 or maybe only $1,200. And with this kind of economy climate, a lot of people are suffering from pay cuts, right? But here is only increase over time, no cutting. When your group sales hit 100, with your next direct sale, you will be what we call a 6A distributor. Okay, you can see 1K8, the commission is $2,580, and there is a plus 256. This is what we call the educational bonus, which I'll further elaborate in my next slide. I hope you're following very closely. You didn't lose me yet. Now, I'll give you an illustration here. At the bottom of the screen, or your screen rather, you can see, right, the qualification to rank up. Now, when you sell your first machine to A, okay, here I'm using K8 again, yeah? 430, the number in black is your commission, how much ENAGIC will pay you. And here, you see the right side of the chart, there's a table. So you have 1 direct sale, you have 0 indirect, your total group sale is 1, your total commission so far. When you sell a second machine to B, that is your commission. Okay. With this 2 foundation done, you get promoted to a 2A with the next sale, and this is your commission. All right. So some will sell, some won't sell. I don't know. I know we cannot predict. But the moment when your group sale hits 10, A to J is 10, right? When your group sale hits 10, with your next direct sale, you get promoted to what we call a 3A distributor. And this is your commission, the number in black. Now we are only talking about how much you make, not how much they make, okay? Just focus on yourself. So some will sell, some won't sell. We don't know what will happen. But as your team grow, A to T is 20 machine count, 20 group sale. With your next direct sale, you get promoted to be a 4A distributor. So look at this. Over here already, you make $21,500. Isn't that fantastic? I think about average of 10 machine, 11, 12 machine, you really get back your machine cost for depending what you buy and what you sell, yeah? So with the qualification of 50 machine, next one is 5A. With 100, you become a 6A. Isn't this interesting? Now so far we talk about how much you make. Now let's look at your teammates because they also have to make money, right? So when R sell to B, R will make a commission because this is R direct sale. But how much will R make? S is R1A. T is R second 1A. So V is R2A. All right? I think you're saying right, though I cannot hear you, okay? So for the sale of V, R will get 2 points in commission. I hope all of you are nodding because I cannot see you. Now, for the sale of V, Q also will get commission because this is happening under the organization of Q. This is Q indirect sale. So indirect sale, you also get money, right? But how much will Q get? Let's see. R is Q only sale. So R naturally is Q1A. This sale is happening in Q1A office. So for the sale of B, Q will get, yes, correct, 1 point. I hope you said 1 point. Now, P also will get commission because this is happening under the organization of P, right? So this is P indirect sale commission, and P will get also 1 point because so far P only did 1 direct sale. So far P only did 1 direct sale, but P will get commission for the sale of R, S, T, and D as well. All 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. Okay? Let's look at K because V is happening under K as well. So how many points will K get? You all make your own guess, okay? I don't know whether you guessed correctly or wrong, but let me explain to you. I hope you get it right. L is K1A. M is K second 1A. P is K2A. So this is K2A office. Anything happening under here, K will get 2 points. So for the sale of B, indirect, K will get 2 points. I hope you got it right. No prize. Now, let's look at yourself. In a normal circumstance, because this is happening under your 3A organization, you should get 3 points. But look at the title. It's called ENAGIC 8 points commission structure. Okay? So for each machine sold, ENAGIC will pay out 8 points maximum, shared by the entire team. So look at here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in red, right? 6 points are being consumed. So although this is your 3A office, you will get only 2 points. Do you see what I see? ENAGIC pay the person who sell the machine first, then the balance share upwards. They take care of the people down under. You know, this is a very amazing system and it's only fair because they did the work. Okay? Let me give you another example that is also very exciting. Look, you sell first machine, you sell the second machine, and then somehow nothing happened to the third machine. Ayah, jalan, nobody buy. But your teammates start to sell. Wow, already 10 group sale. Congratulations. Suddenly, Catherine want to buy from you. What happened? No, so what happened? Congratulations, you become a 3A distributor, you get promoted, you can skip rank. As long as you qualify the number of total group sale, with the next direct sale, you get the corresponding rank that you to be promoted. Okay, so I've seen people 2A jump to 5A, 2A jump to 6A, 1A jump to 4A. Anything can happen. Okay, so with this, look at our commission. You have 3 direct sale, 8 indirect sale, total group sale of 11. You're already making $5,590 for this. So isn't it exciting? We can all chalk and then just skip rank. Okay, so step on the accelerator and let's go. So ENAGIC title ranking is also very interesting because 6A is not the end of the journey. In fact, it's only the very beginning. Okay, when you become a 6A, you will be given a USD $3,000 title payout. But this one is terms and conditions apply. Okay, I will not go into details, it's too long. Now, you saw my illustration earlier. When the sale gets deeper, there are bound to be certain machines that you will not be paid within the 8 points payout. So for machines being sold beyond the 8 points, each machine, ENAGIC pay you $256. This is what they call educational bonus. It's a beautiful name because to be a 6A, you have 100 machines sold, right? And 101 to rank up. That means you have groomed your team, you have shared with them, you have taught them, the right skills to step up. So you are educating them in a sense. So ENAGIC call this educational bonus. When you help 2 people become 6A in your team, it can be anywhere. Somebody from your 1A office or 3A office or 5A office. As long as you help 2 people become 6A, then they get to enjoy the educational bonus and the title payout. And you get another kind of bonus and a higher title payout. Okay, we have monthly and quarterly bonus. Monthly bonus, that means let's say in January your group sales, we just deal with small numbers, so easy for me to count. Okay, let's say January your group sale is only 10. Okay, so your monthly bonus for January will be $250, right? 25 times 10. Then the same for Feb, the same for March. Okay, quarterly means the machine count in January, February, and March multiplied by $18. That is quarterly bonus. Okay, then you help your team member to groom their teammates and they help each other. When another 2 6A get promoted under them or above them rather in my chart, then they get promoted to be a 6A too. They will enjoy what you previously enjoyed. Then you get promoted to what we call a 6A2 too. You see, our ranking very simple one. If you have 2A in your team, you become 6A2, right? When you have 2 6A2 in your team, you become a 6A2-2. We don't have fancy name like Diamond, DD, Emerald. Okay, it's all very simple. This is your title payout, terms and conditions apply, and then there's monthly and quarterly bonus. Then money is coming in, right? Everyone is excited. Then more people will grow. When this happens, you look at this. When you have 2 6A2-2 under you, you get promoted to what we call a 6A2-3, and then you get title payout and monthly payout. This monthly payout, I want to clarify, is not a fixed amount. Okay, it's not a fixed amount. It's only an estimated amount of USD $5,000. Why these bonuses are paid in US dollars? Because ENAGIC is a global company. Okay, so there is a calculation which I will not go into details, but basically it's based on the global performance and your team performance. There's a calculation according to leaders, experienced leaders. It can be 6,000 plus or 7,000 plus USD depending on your team performance. And the good news is 6A23 is not the end of the journey as well, because there's a higher ranking. You can just keep growing. Look at these amazing numbers. Isn't that exciting? So you can do this business anywhere in the world. Okay, ENAGIC is a global company, really global company. You can sell to any country or anyone as long as their house got what? Water supply and electricity. Okay, so So don't talk too far about global. Let's look at how it is now in Singapore. We are still at the innovator stage of this business. Okay, potential is really huge. With the current air pollution, although it's better now during global lockdown, the soil contamination due to pesticide and the loads of chemical in our tap water to make it drinkable, which does not equate to healthy, I believe ENAGIC Kangen machine will be like a refrigerator. One or more units in every home. It is only a matter of time, okay? So come on board during this innovator stage and reap the rewards in time to come. You know, during economic downturn like this or with the current crisis, right, many now know that job does not equal security. That's pay cut, retrenchment. So it will be wise to find an extra source of income. And how can we do that? By finding another part-time job, seriously, or start your own business with minimum risk. Okay, so the decision is yours. Okay. ENAGIC is a global company. They are in more than 23 countries and 40 locations. Let me share with you the risk of starting your own traditional business because I used to run a Japanese restaurant in Purvis Street. And tonight, I have a very special guest. Her name is Rowena. She is the daughter of my business partner. She has decided to come on board to join us in the ENAGIC business. I warmly welcome her. Okay, so just to share with you a bit, my monthly overhead was then 35,000, not mentioning the huge initial startup fee of renovation, blah blah blah. Okay, my income was limited. It was dependent on time, labor, resources. If I'm operating on full maximum capacity, running full house every day, let's say I make 10,000 net per month. Okay, to double or triple my income, what must I do? I have to open more outlet, right? But by opening more outlet, the monthly overhead will also multiply. The only thing I save money is lower food cost due to higher volume. You know, a lot of F&B people admire those locally. We have those box, Ding Tai Fung. They see so many outlets, they think spa, they make a lot of money. Hey, but don't forget, I tell you, during this global crisis, losses also will multiply. Okay, don't get so envious. ENAGIC distributor can expand their business globally. They are in more than 23 countries, 40 locations. And expansion costs are totally taken care of by the principal company. Okay, I can sell to more and more countries, open more and more so-called franchise offices of my business at zero cost. This is the best time for ENAGIC business. You know why? Because we are not affected by the economy. Why do I say that? When the economy is good, people invest in their health. All right. When the economy is bad, people still invest in their health because they cannot afford to get sick. And they are also looking for business opportunity. I mean, face it, all info you see on the internet now is about what? Boosting our immune system. People are looking for business opportunity. And it's all about sanitizer now. So ENAGIC is the perfect solution. I mean, besides trying to keep your job or getting another part-time job, if you are looking to start your own business as an entrepreneur, from my background and experience, let me show you the following comparison, okay? This is really from the bottom of my heart. Because I'm a traditional business person before, okay? Traditional business investment is very high, I just showed you earlier. ENAGIC is very low. How low? Think about it. Which business can let you start by installment? If you buy a Kangen machine with installment plan, you are actually starting a business with installment, you know. It can be as low as, what, $100? Okay, overhead is very low. Location, we are global. You can do business online, it's 24 hours. And we have free samples, right? You can let people try the water for free for a period of time to be sure it works. Then they buy. Globally, ENAGIC office has water machine for people to collect water for free and then to test it out. In my restaurant, can I give free samples? Cannot. I cannot say, hey, come here, you give dinner times you like, then you come back again, you pay on the third visit. Ridiculous, right? So there's no time restriction, it's 24 hours, extension costs, I would say, I can't say zero because when you want to go, how do I say, train your team overseas, you know, you have to pay airfare, but you are traveling and making money at the same time, okay? Think about that. So the income potential is really unlimited, okay, unless you're allergic to money. So to me, traditional business are really no life and no lifestyle. Okay, ENAGIC business, amazing lifestyle. Why do I say that? I started ENAGIC business in 2015. Then my restaurant was 15 years old. 1 year later, I closed my restaurant in 2016. This is a closing party with friends and family. You can see the SC501 in the middle of the picture. Okay, you know, now during this COVID-19, right, I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful to God that I'm no longer in the F&B industry. Can you imagine now my restaurant every day bolang, no business, and it's so scary just thinking about it, you know. During this time, I can still place my order with the ENAGIC office online. Delivery can still be done. The disruption of business is so minimal if you know how to optimize the resources and work with the situation. Like now, we are doing business in Zoom. In fact, since the lockdown, my business is even better than before. It's really beyond my imagination. Okay, so when I bought the machine, it was purely for health. So for me, I can say that the business came with no startup cost. It was free. I bought a medical grade water system for my family, and the business came with it free. It's a global business. But some people, you know, you saw Winston's amazing demo earlier, you realize, wow, water is so important, right? But you are attracted by the business. Okay, so you are willing to pay the buyer, let's say a K8 machine. Okay, so the price of the K8 is actually the startup price of your global business. Okay, and by doing that, ENAGIC company gives you a medical grade water system for free. You think about it. So let me remind you again, okay? If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will have to work until you die. Okay. Look at this, that beautiful lady holding a 50,000 USD check. That's Judy Fleming, the wonderful organizer that started this Zoom platform for the entire team. Okay? And then in front of her is our leader as well, Bernard Chan, receiving the USD 100,000 check. Both smiling so widely. Okay. Next time, I hope I can change this photo and then become my photo. Some of you have seen the demo earlier. You know, you decided to get the system, but you may be thinking, I'm not sure if I want to do the business today. I'm already so old. I got no time. Let me share with you my inspiration. This lady in this photo here, her name is Nakamura Kyoko. Okay, she started the business when she was 67 years old. I was so inspired by her. I follow her on Facebook. I met her last year in ENAGIC 45th anniversary convention. This year she's 84, healthy, standing strong, still dancing, and still active in the business. And her daughter and granddaughter has joined her in the ENAGIC business several years ago. So like I said in the beginning of my presentation, this is a lifetime business. If you are age 60 this year, build a proper foundation for the ENAGIC business. And when you decide to retire, your children can take over from where you left off and continue to reap the benefits of your good work. Leave a legacy for your children. You know, we know life will only get harder from here with our current economy and job situation. So start building the foundation soon as you can, you know, and so they can really enjoy your good work and your hard work. Okay, so I hope you thank the person who has invited you here because they care and only want to share the best with you. Okay, so thank you for listening. Before I stop share, there is a very, very important video I want you to watch. Okay, it's a very short 1 minute, 55 seconds to be exact. Okay? It's presented by this person called Eric Worre. He is the guru of network marketing. Annually, he has an event in the US called Gold Pro. The attendance is like 10,000 people each year. Okay, they go there to be trained by him professionally. So this is what he has to say.
Of what Kangen, this company Kangen is doing, I've been working with this company, working from home, what they're doing in order to be able to help people have healthier homes, healthier lives, healthier bodies. It's unbelievable. Have you heard the news? What this machine does? It's incredible. Have you heard the news? They are exploding around the world right now. Everybody is joining because they provide the ability for a person to be able to work from home and help people at the same time. Have you heard the news? Yeah, I'm drinking this toxic water. What am I doing? I'm just absolutely destroying my body with this toxic water. It's so stupid. I mean, I would view that little machine as an ATM machine. You want to put an ATM machine in your house? This is the ability to be able to put an ATM machine in your house and help other people.
Did you hear that? Do you want an ATM machine in your house? You know, I thought, this business is truly amazing. And it is so good. But until I see this video, then I realized actually in my kitchen, I got an ATM machine. This is the best description by Eric Worre. So I will end my presentation here.